Sometimes the trademark examiners make mistakes. I'm going to talk about one that somebody told me about today. I'm Angela Langlotz, trademark and copyright attorney. I go live here on weekdays to talk trademarks and copyrights. If you have trademark or copyright questions, drop them into the comments below. I will answer them on a future live video. So a friend of mine sent me today a notice that some pretty famous internet influencer was making advertisements for some blue blocking glasses that are called, the trademark that they're using is blue light blockers plus a design. And he said, well, that's really funny because my friend Joe Sugarman, and if you know Joe, please share this video with him because I'm sure he'd like to see it. Joe Sugarman has been selling for more than 40 years now blue blocking glasses under the trademark BLUBLOCKER. And I'm wondering how this mark got approved for publication. Publication is what happens before a mark goes on to be registered. It is published for opposition so that anybody else who has an objection to the mark can see the mark and go, wait a minute. I don't think that this mark should register. I am going to oppose, and then there's a formal opposition proceeding to evaluate the opposer's claims and see if it's really good to issue the new trademark in view of the opposer's claims. So usually what you would do, this is going to publish November 17th. So on November 17th, it will be published for opposition. That opens a 30-day window for anybody who has objections about this trademark to raise those with the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to shrink myself into the corner here. What are we exactly talking about? Now, most of these are dead, right? You can see over in the side here, it says live, dead. Okay. Normally I would clear those out, but when I tried to clear them out, the database can be kind of wacky. When I said, just give me these plus the live marks, it gave me 11,000 marks. So I'm leaving it as it is. This is what we're looking at here. So here is the existing mark for BLUBLOCKER. All right. This was first used in commerce in 1986. This is a very famous and long-standing used trademark. And so, this is pretty famous for these types of goods, and it's had its section 15 and section 8 renewals all properly filed. It's still a live trademark. Okay, so you can see it was registered in 1988. It's still live and still being used. You can see the live dead indicator down here. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see it. This is blocking the way. Let me get rid of this. All right, so you can see the live dead indicator right down here. All right, so let's go look at the newly filed trademark that I think infringes. Now, I think this infringes, put this back. I think this infringes, this is the mark right here. It's called blue light blockers. Now, when we click on this, we can see that they have, excuse me, they have a design, and then they also have these words, right? The words feature pretty prominently. They have disclaimed the right to use blue light blockers apart from the mark as shown. But here's the weird thing. So blue light blockers is a descriptive term for eyewear that blocks light. They block blue light, and we call those that sort of eyewear. We commonly refer to it as blue light blockers. So of course, they were properly required to disclaim the exclusive right to use that phrase apart from the mark as shown. Why? Because we don't let people have the exclusive right to use descriptive trademarks. We want other competitors to be able to fairly describe their goods and services. But here's the weird thing about this mark history. If we go and we look at the mark history, we can see all the documents here. There was an office action outgoing in April of this year. And in the office action, the examiner will tell you, here, let me move this over here. The examiner will tell you all of the things that are wrong with your trademark application. Absent here is what we call a 2D rejection. The 2D rejection is the confusingly similar rejection. So somehow this trademark examiner examined this application and didn't find that this application, this mark, was confusingly similar to BLUBLOCKER's. And I find that astonishing. This is a perfect example of some of the screwed up things that happen, in my opinion, of course, at the trademark office that make it difficult for registrants to protect their trademarks. The trademark examiner is, in essence, supposed to be protecting the record. They're supposed to be, in essence, functioning as sort of a trademark watchdog for the existing registrants. They are supposed to make sure that no conflicting trademarks get registered, all right? So this is part of the problem. When you're a trademark owner, you need to make sure that you have some sort of monitoring service. If you're interested in that, please see me. You need to make sure that you have some sort of monitoring service so that other people's confusingly similar trademarks don't get registered, thus compromising your trademark rights. All right, so that's all I have to say about that. Look, I'm not trashing the trademark office. The examiners there are very professional and most of them are very good. They're humans just like the rest of us and they can make mistakes. So we need to monitor our own marks, right? So we make sure that nothing gets registered. This came to me quite by mistake. I hope someone shares this with Joe Sugarman. I think he needs to know about this so that he can contact appropriate trademark counsel. If he doesn't have appropriate trademark counsel, I volunteer. Anyway, so I hope he sees this and I hope he takes some action because I think this is an infringement of his trademark. And if he doesn't address this now, he's going to be stuck filing a cancellation proceeding, which is much more expensive later. I'm Angela Langlotz. I go live here on weekdays to talk trademarks. You can find me on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and search Trademark Doctor. I've got over 400 videos there. And you can also find me at TrademarkDoctor.net on the internet.